The meaning of the word artist is a pretty confusing one. Art in and of itself is subjective, so pretty much anyone can have their own definition. I use art a lot of ways as being able to get things that I can't say out loud onto the page, or just expressing myself in general, because I've always had a tough time putting my thoughts into words and overall like interacting with human beings. Like when I was a kid, it was a lot harder than it is now. I just had a big stutter and I got really anxious all the time. So a big part was like, in order to communicate to other people, I would draw what I was thinking. So that was a big escapism part. And like when like the mental health stuff started like seeping in, I just started drawing more and more dragons and castles and all sorts of different stuff, just to be like, well, if I don't want to think about the real world, so I'll think about fake ones. There are a lot of people who inspired me to do my art form. Like my dad specifically is one of them. He's a huge nerd like I am, so he taught me how to play D&D when I was 7 years old because he said it was a life skill. And he showed me all of like the Star Wars and Star Trek and Lord of the Rings stuff, and he's always encouraged me to draw art of that and all sorts of stuff. There's also my band director, Amanda Buckholtz, who was a big part in motivating me and making sure that I didn't quit, as well as my middle school band director, Kevin. He was a big part of why I didn't quit in the first place in middle school, because I was getting really discouraged and I got bullied a lot. And I was really thinking about quitting, but he kept asking me to draw more and more stuff for him, and just like overall made sure that I didn't quit and that I kept going. I think without like those people, without lifelines, I wouldn't be where I am today. Like I wouldn't be an artist. I'd probably be a lot sadder, and a lot just like my enjoyment of life would probably be a lot worse than it is now. When I first got here, it was definitely terrifying, like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to talk to anybody, because I have really bad social anxiety issues. I've learned a lot about interacting with people in general, just like social things that I've learned. So even if I can't incorporate as much that I learned in the visual